Hi, this is Alex from Xantrex. I'm showing you the Xantrex harness that comes in the Xantrex Toolkit, often referred to as the PCCT tool or PCCT Toolkit. We have a couple names for it, but it's the Xantrex Toolkit that comes when you're trying to update your eGEN system, your lithium-ion batteries, and your eGEN display itself.
All right, so in the Xantrex Toolkit, we have a DC power supply, right? You have a AC plug right there, plugs straight into your wall. Has another end, plugs into this thing. A little barrel connector, yellow. This is going to supply power to the RVC network, the CAN that we're working on. Next, we're going to have this little connector here. It's got a 3M mini clamp 2 connector on either end, one male, one female. And in the center here, you can actually see we got a little bit of heat shrink happening on there. This is where the resistor lives. We need to make sure that we have resistance in our can. 120 ohms is what we're looking for. That is what we have here. We have two 120 ohms, cancels down to 60 ohms altogether because there's two pathways crossing over those two lines. Anyways, that is in the kit. We have the main harness itself. This is going to have a Deutsch connector on one end, populated with a couple wires. It is going to have a fuse. This is, if I can get it open, a 3-amp fuse. You can see there, not broken, 3-amp fuse. That is so that we can use the battery power itself to supply power to the network. And then in that case, we wouldn't have to use the power supply, but for safety's sake, we are going to use it during the update. Over on this end, we have a 3M mini clamp 2 as well. This is so that we can attach to an existing network. And we have a power supply right here. This is what the power supply would be plugging into. That is going to be how you actually get the power onto the network. We have a cord here with a 3M mini clamp 2 here, and a spot where you could plug into the back of the eGEN display so that we can go direct to the eGEN display itself. And then this is our peak dongle. This plugs into your computer, and that is how we do everything, right? So let's go ahead and connect everything up and make it look how you're going to be using. So those two go together. Get those fairly tight so that we don't accidentally pull apart. We are going to put our resistor in line here for the demonstration, right? And then let's say that we actually have an eGEN display that we're going to try to update as well. We're going to go ahead and plug this in as well. And then we will put our power supply on here. And now we have the full thing. So we can actually, for this instance, we can plug this connector straight into, and we have you can see two little notches up there. It is keyed. So two notches at the top, one notch at the bottom. You're going to have the two notches facing upwards. That is going to plug into the front of our batteries. You can plug in, and then you can also plug in using this to an eGEN display. And then obviously the USB is going to plug into your computer, and that's how you interface with everything. And that is the full setup.